Yeah.
Be kind to everyone.
Yes.
That is exactly it.
It's my Friday shirt, but I know it's not Friday yet.
Look,
The corollary should be blind to no one.
Oh,
Be kind to
oh, that
everyone.
got better.
that sounds good.
Yeah, I mean they both work, right? So maybe they work together. That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking.
I feel I'm not trying to be semantic. I'm not trying to be confusing. I'm not trying to be a stick in the mud or whatever. But I just don't understand the concept of kindness because I I guess I prefer to think of caring instead of kindness because I don't know how. I mean, kindness
And
just seems so subjective to me. It's not. It's up to somebody else to decide if it's kind. Where caring is something I give. I mean, I know that's like really close, but I can't mind around kindness.
no, I could see that. I think kind and
That's
nice
interesting.
we
Yeah.
use a lot when we're not being very specific.
Hmm.
It encompasses a lot of things. And I think it could be subjective. These shirts specifically are from an autism website, and it's more of like be respectful and, you know, give space for differences,
Right, right.
not judging, So yeah, there's a way that you could break it down, I think, in a sort of flow chart or
Well,
Hmm.
it's
series of
actually partly
questions.
from my personal experience. I have a friend who talks a lot about kindness and promotes kindness, and but I don't think that this particular person is very kind to me.
Oh,
Now, I don't particularly. It's only. I mean, it feels like I just don't get it. I'm missing something because either this person
Right,
doesn't really value kindness or doesn't value me is how it feels.
right.
And then I think, well, I don't understand kindness, but I mean, yeah, I just keep getting caught up in it.
right.
Sorry.
Well, caring is like a description of the emotions, right? It's not it's not particularly action oriented.
I think of it the other way that kindness is,
Yeah.
I think of it the other way. Caring is action, but to me,
Mm. I think caring is like a type of concern, right? Uh, like how you are knitted together or invested in that sort of thing. Um, I think it's caring is like how you're feeling that may lead to a kindness,
Mhm.
right? A type of act or inactivity that could be described as kindness. Like I think kindness is sort of it might be a small effort, but it's some kind of effort or consciousness, maybe sacrifice.
see, I don't, I feel the exact opposite of what you're saying, but
I feel
assuming
like
that's
caring.
the case, it's still based on what you believe is kind, right? So if, if kindness, I mean, Tina loves chocolate and she goes all the time and she wants to bring me chocolates because she thinks that's kind, but I'm allergic to chocolate. I hate them because it makes me almost die every time. So, was it kind? I mean, to me, it feels like if
Well, I
she
mean, I
cared,
think the
she would
question there
ask.
would be like, is it intended to be kind? It could be inerrant and it can be error filled. Um, but I think that you can also have a kindness that is like sort of short term, uncomfortable or painful or challenging. Like as a mom, you've been kind, but your kid thinks it's unkind. Like, no, you can't go out, you can't stay up that late, you can't have dessert before dinner, that sort of thing. And you're trying to offer kindness, like build skills and understanding and health, that sort of thing. Um, and I think like if we contrast the two ideas with niceness, which I think is more like sort of social lubrication, like a niceness can kind of cover an unkindness. We've all had sort of the treacly words that are insulting.
Treacly?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
like
think of kind and nice as the tricky words. I think of that as you can be outwardly kind, um, but not have good intentions, or be
Mhm.
outwardly kind and not be caring about the
Right.
allergy. You could think, oh, well, I'm doing something kind.
Right.
But if you're not considering that the effect on the other person, you're not being caring. I think caring is,
Mhm.
to me, sounds more specific. I can kindly say, I'm not going to get ice cream, or I can say it unkindly. It's more of a manner to me in which I would say I could just yell at somebody and say, no, stop asking me about that.
Right. Right. Yeah.
But maybe that's what I'm feeling inside, but I could code it in a
Right.
way.
Right.
But isn't
Right.
that just asking your
I-
feelings? And isn't that some sort of deception and some sort of, I mean, it's a social alteration rather than an actual e- authentic engagement.
Yeah. I think that's fair. I think going back to Tina's first point too is like all of these terms, kind, nice, caring, they're kind of general and inspecific anyway. And I think we overlap them how we use them. Whereas like a grammarian or somebody might, or etymologist might say, actually, that's not really kind, that's caring, the word you want. And yet colloquially, we kind of interchangeably use them. Um, so when we try and pin them down, it gets a little bit muddier because they're relatively inspecific. Uh, I mean, I've definitely been in the situation where, I have, harmed someone, but my intention was, maybe pure is too strong a word, but, it was good, it was healthy, it was fine. But, I didn't convey it well. Um, and when I get, rightly corrected or reprimanded or something, I still feel like I want to be acknowledged that the intention was good,
Mm.
even though what came out wasn't. Like after all the reprimand and the apologies and all that kind of stuff, like I still want them to like recognize, like, hey, like I meant well. I just messed up. I misread the thing, but like I definitely had a good intention. I'm a good person. And in those cases I'm kind of thinking like there was caring at the bottom of that attempted kindness or fumbled kindness or misjudged kindness or something like that.
But wouldn't that always be the case? I mean, is there a kindness that doesn't, I mean, unless it's either fake and so it's actually not kindness at all, or it is kindness and so their intention was what you thought was good.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's probably fair. Another way to say it is, they focus on the slight or the insult or the injury, which is reasonable. Like that's part of it. But I want them to have an expanded focus on the kindness that didn't you know work out the way I had imagined. Yeah, it's
I guess the candy example, the chocolate example that Tina's forcing on me is that let's just say I told her 3 times I have allergies, but she still keeps feeling like she's doing a kindness. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's a struggle I'm going through right now.
yeah. Yeah, I think you'd have to unpack that, in that particular circumstance, like is Tina being willful? Is she being forgetful? You
Feels
know, uh,
beautiful.
in the particular circumstance to figure out how to proceed or how to unpack it. I can imagine a number of different reasons for that situation, but and I guess each of them you'd probably address differently.
Yeah.
But for the record, you don't not want her to give you chocolate. That was just an example. You
Yeah,
do
right.
in fact want
Definitely.
Do not
wine,
understand.
wine and chocolate. We got it. And I'll send her your address. So just to be perfectly clear, it was just an example she made up.
Yeah.
I can bring back the good stuff because I'm going to Scotland again.
Oh yeah.
Oh, good.
Oh, amazing. She brought me back a little Scottish Highland cow
Yeah.
last time.
I remember. What's her
Yeah.
name? It's really
That's
beautiful.
that's little Moo.
Moo.
That's little Moo. He's in the kitchen right now. Yeah, or she, which is pretty awesome. Very, very cool. Shall we have a little sit?
Sure.
I'm missing my, oh, there it is. Wait 1 sec. I need just 30 seconds here. Not even.
Yeah. No, that's okay. Take your time.
Oh, my clematis is fading.
Oh, ours is dropping the petals now too. I kind of feel like I just want to plant a bunch more of them,
Right.
you know?
Yeah, it's been really happy in that spot for since we've lived here. 20 years this year.
How big is it?
Oh, 20 years next year. It's as tall as I am, I think. Maybe a little
Wow.
taller.
Wow.
A little over 5 feet.
Okay, I'm done.
You okay? Good. Hmm. So we'll just have a sit for I think 1 minute, and then we'll do a sit for 2 minutes, and we'll just compare. So I'll do a little timer, but I'll say something in case you don't hear it. We'll give us like 15 seconds to prepare, or 30 seconds to prepare, and then we'll have a minute.
I'm missing something.
So I'll say begin at that time. We'll begin. And we'll close there. And just take a few moments to just sort of check in what our experience was and how we're experiencing what is.
That was very fast.
I was muted. Yes, I agree.
I think I wasn't settled yet. There
Yeah.
was still some ruminating and memories and is my chair in
Mhm.
the right place? Yeah.
Let's try another for 1 minute. I'll give you 30 seconds to settle in. And then we'll set for a minute. And we'll begin. Okay.
That seemed really fast too.
Seemed fast, but I was a little more settled that time.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, pretty that's fairly precise on the time, but not exactly.
Well, it's funny because asked abstractly, I would say that our meditations, you've been having us meditate longer.
Yeah.
So this is quite a contrast.
Mm,
Although I asked the people in my office today to meditate for 90 seconds, just so that they could experience that they don't have to be in a different place and a different time. We can just calm our minds and breathe. It was
Right.
wonderful.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's very awesome. Well done. Very, very cool. So now we'll do one for 2 minutes. I'll give you the same roughly 30 seconds to prepare. And begin. And come on back.
So that was 2 minutes. That seemed a lot longer.
It did seem longer.
That's not
Just
weird.
check in on what our experience was and how our experience is.
I do feel like that's the amount of time it takes for me to go through what happened today, what's on my list,
Mm-hmm.
and the reminders to settle back, breathe. So I was starting to get into more of a settled state when the 2 minutes was up.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. Similar, Darcy.
Yeah. Sorry. Yes, I had a hard time settling in. And but then it seemed like I don't know what must have been a minute and a half seemed like 5 minutes. I mean, I don't know. It's funny how time is elastic that way.
Bless you.
Oh, I thought that was going to be even stronger.
Mhm.
That was, that just felt like something was going to explode for some reason. So I want to take you through a meditation now. That will be on topic. I'm just wondering if I need a tissue. I might have to. I think I'm going to grab myself a tissue so I'm not wishing I had one.
Okay.
Sorry. I apologize. I usually have one in my pocket, but I had shorts on for class and I switched to pants in case there was mosquitoes.
Oh no.
But now I don't have tissues.
Change the routine. You
Yeah,
change the routine, everything changes.
Oh yeah. Tina, I am getting a chance to, right now I'm working on a project for a Montessori school. Are you
Ooh.
familiar with Montessori?
Oh, yes, both
Oh,
the kids went to Montessori.
oh, yeah, so did mine. I'm a
Yeah.
Montessori mom.
And
So,
I wish that we had I think there's still one in a town that's about 45 minutes away that goes through elementary school, but it wasn't either economically or logistically feasible to send them there. I think they would have done a lot better.
my son went preschool to eighth and then came to Connecticut and he felt
Okay.
really well prepared and, you know,
Yeah.
yeah, he did. He loved it. So,
I do try to bring some of the Montessori teachings into my classwork.
nice.
It's it's a very rigid system, the traditional education system. So
Yeah,
it's, I like to let them explore a little bit and let them lead when I can.
nice. Had a couple really beautiful experiences today around it. So, yeah. A
Oh,
little
around what?
Montessori and
Uh-huh.
a kid like who was really having a hard time being at school, 6 years old and just really clingy to the teacher, didn't want to play with others, was really introverted and scared.
Right.
And they started playing with water outside and it's undirected, so the kids decided to put a thermos on top of this thing and make it into a waterfall, and just that got him. So it was the water, the action of the playing with of the water, and he was in there engaged and taking care of other kids, and it was beautiful.
Right.
It'll be a like kind of like one of those things where his personality almost changed. It seemed like it wasn't just circumstantial, but like he kind of had an epiphany. I can be part of this group. I'm valuable. I don't know.
Right.
Sounds corny, but it was really cool. The teacher is very experienced and
That
she was sharing it with me. I saw it.
that
Video.
sounds like a really special moment to have perceived.
Yeah.
Well, and
You
when the
know?
teacher asked the other assistant is up or had engaged, and she said, "Nope, all theirs." And so the
Really?
included the kid and the kid felt included and then was being with it was beautiful.
Nice. I like
That's
that.
amazing.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, it's really cool.
All right.
Yeah, it was when we were looking for preschools, Lucy chose it because in the other preschools, she clung to me and was sucking her thumb. It's like some very highly recommended schools that we liked. And then we went to the Montessori school, and one of the kids came over and just said, "Here, look at our art section." And they just did art together while I talked to the director. Well,
There you go.
here.
Beautiful.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
That's so good. Yeah, and that goes to show you like it doesn't really matter what you think of the school or what you thought or what you liked. It just
Yeah.
really just matters the things that you couldn't really plan for or fill out on the assessment sheet. It's just you just know when you know.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. I'm glad you guys were flexible and open to that.
I'm sorry,
Okay.
but since you said that, I just have to give one more thing that
Oh,
happened. Uh, uh, there was a family of three that were touring, and this one little boy was really engaged with all of the all of the fossils and all the things that are around. This school has is amazing, but the teacher kept saying, "No, that's not mine." Like he was asking, "Did you bring this? Where is this yours? Did you bring this?" And she kept saying no, and he said, "Did you bring in? Are any of these things yours, or did you bring any of these here?" And she said, "No, but I'll show you how it works." She took him around the corner to something somebody had gotten out of the trash can, which was this horrendous plasticky, fish model, but it was a like this.
Right.
It was huge, and he just was like, "Oh my!" He had never seen anything like it, and she said that came out of a trash can, and that's how we do it here. We're sharing what we
oh,
find interesting. He literally had his hands up like
That is so
I
amazing.
took pictures from behind because it was just too cute.
Fantastic.
He'd seen the Lord, it was like,
wow.
so
Awesome.
anyway, sorry. Okay.
That no, I'm glad to hear that. It's pretty awesome. Are we ready to have a little meditation?
Yes.
Okay. So we'll just let you guys come into your comfort. Allow your spine to be naturally upright, your shoulders soft and relaxed. Close your eyes gently, or perhaps simply soften your gaze downward. Take 3 deep breaths, allowing each exhale to release any tension you're carrying. Let your breathing settle into its natural rhythm. First in to somewhere deep within. Slowly now the breath departs. We begin this practice by offering loving kindness to ourselves, for we cannot truly give what we do not possess within. Place your hand on your heart if that feels comfortable. Feel the gentle rhythm of your heartbeat beneath your palm. Your chest rising and falling with your slowing breath. This is the same heart that has carried you through every moment of your life. the same heart that connects you to all living beings. Breathing first in to somewhere deep within. Slowly now the breath departs. Bring to mind an image of yourself, or simply rest in the sacred awareness of your own presence. Now, with genuine warmth, sincerely offer yourself these traditional phrases of metta, or loving kindness. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be safe. May I have enough to eat. May I live with a heart at ease. Repeat these phrases slowly, allowing each wish to settle into your heart. If resistance arises, that's natural. Simply notice it with kindness and continue. You are worthy of these blessings. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be safe. May I have enough to eat. May I live with a heart at ease. Now, bring to mind someone you love easily, perhaps a family member or a dear friend, a pet, or anyone who makes you smile naturally. See their face, remember their presence, feel the warmth of your connection, the depth of love's connection. Breathing first in to somewhere deep within. Slowly now the breath departs. Imagine this beloved being surrounded by light and love. Extend the same heartfelt wishes to them. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be safe. May you have enough to eat. May you live with a heart at ease. Notice how it feels to send those wishes. Let your heart expand with the joy of loving freely. This is the essence of metta, love that expects nothing in return. Next, bring to mind someone neutral. Perhaps a cashier you see regularly, a barista, perhaps a neighbor you barely know, or someone passing on the street. This person, like you, has hopes and fears, joys and sorrows. They too seek happiness and wish to avoid suffering. Breathing first in to somewhere deep within. Slowly now, the breath departs. Recognize this person's fundamental humanity. Despite not knowing them well, you can offer them the same genuine wishes. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be safe. May you have enough to eat. May you live with a heart at ease. This practice helps us to see beyond the boundaries of our familiar circles, recognizing that every person deserves compassion. Now, if you feel ready, bring to mind someone with whom you have difficulty. Perhaps someone who has hurt you, annoyed you, or with whom you disagree. Start with someone only mildly challenging, not your greatest adversary. Breathing first in to somewhere deep within. Slowly now, the breath departs. This is perhaps the most transformative part of the practice. Remember, offering metta doesn't mean condoning harmful actions or becoming a doormat. It means recognizing that this person, despite their flaws, despite the illusions that they may labor under, is also a being who experiences pain and seeks happiness, often in unskillful ways. Take a deep breath, and with whatever genuine warmth you can muster, offer, may you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be safe. May you have enough to eat. May you live with a heart at ease. If you feel resistance, breathe with it. Sometimes we must practice with ourselves first. May I be free from anger. May I be at peace. This too is metta. Finally, let your awareness expand like ripples on a deep, still and moonlit sea. Begin to include all beings everywhere. Your family, your friends, your community, those in your city, your country, and across the globe, your tribe, your human tribe. Breathing first in to somewhere deep within. Slowly now the breath departs. Include all humans, regardless of age, gender, race, religion, regardless of education or beliefs. Extend your wishes to animals, from the smallest insects to the largest mammals. Extend your wishes to plants, from the algae of the seas to the giant redwoods. Embrace all forms of life with your boundless heart. May all beings be happy. May all beings be safe. May all beings be healthy. May all beings have enough to eat. May all beings live with a heart at ease. Feel your heart now, becoming vast and limitless, capable of holding the entire world in loving awareness. This is your true nature, infinite compassion. Breathing first in to somewhere deep within. Slowly now the breath departs. As you rest in this expanded awareness, reflect on the truth that all beings share the same fundamental desires: to be happy, to be free from suffering, to be loved and understood. To live a life with a heart at ease. When we truly understand this, empathy arises naturally. The person who cut you off in traffic, the politician whose views you despise, the difficult family member, All are seeking happiness in their own way, even when their methods seem misguided. This doesn't mean we become passive or stop working for justice. Rather, we act from a place of understanding rather than from a place of hatred. Our expanded and compassionate heart is always seeking to heal rather than to harm. Breathing first in to somewhere deep within. Slowly now the breath departs. Bring your attention back to your breath. To the sensation of your body sitting here. Place your hand on your heart if that feels comfortable. Feel the gentle rhythm of your heartbeat beneath your palm, your chest rising and falling with your slowing breath. This is the same heart that has carried you through every moment of your life, the same heart that connects you to all living beings. Feel the warmth that has been generated by this practice settling into every cell of your being. Settling into every portion of your mind. Know that you can return to these phrases anytime, while stuck in traffic, while dealing with a difficult person, or simply when you want to connect with your heart. Metta is always available to you. As you prepare to open your eyes or lift your gaze and return to this moment, carry this intention with you, to see with eyes of compassion, to speak with words of kindness, and to act from a heart that recognizes the connection between all beings. May your practice bring you peace. May your compassion benefit all beings. May loving kindness guide your way. When you're ready, lift your gaze or slowly and gently open your eyes. Is Darcy back?
Muted.
Okay. Oh,
Yes,
she's back. That's fine. Okay, good.
sorry.
No, it was nice because I didn't see you, but then when I did, you were just smiling. So it was nice, nice.
It was nice. I used to say that prayer, but I don't know, it faded away. Maybe I didn't need it.
Hmm,
But
maybe somebody else needed it.
other people need it, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and play for you. My teacher sang his version.
Okay.
So I don't know if you'll hear it or not. I have two versions, so hopefully one of them. I'm gonna turn it up and play. It's just a couple seconds. Yeah, I don't think you can hear it.
Can't understand it. Yeah.
Yeah. I got another version. I'm just hoping it's clearer. Yeah. It's like way in the background. I'll read you what he says. So it's like a version of what we were doing. If we know anything about a path at all, it's only because of the great ones that have gone before us. Out of their love and kindness, they have left some footprints for us to follow. So, in the same way that they wish for us, we wish that all beings everywhere, including ourselves, be safe, be happy, have good health and enough to eat, and may we all live at ease of heart with whatever comes to us in life.
Nice.
Who's the author?
Well, that's Krishna Das, the way he says it.
Hmm.
But, it's a traditional, Buddhist kind of practice that he's made his own. But
Maybe.
I think of his whenever I think of a metta practice because he has that particular way of saying it.
Is the word metta? I mean, of course, I think of it as Greek. Are you referring to some other language, or is it a meta term?
Yeah, it's the Sanskrit term
Okay,
for loving kindness, or might
nice.
be pronounced Maitri. You'll see it that way too, Maitri, or Metta, or in Pali is Metta, Metta.
Ah, see, I knew it. Okay, I remember, of course, from poetry, meta,
Yes,
but it was the metta. So
exactly
I
right.
thought you
That's
said it was Polly, but yeah. Thanks very
yeah.
much. Yeah,
Oh
that's
yeah, no problem. Yeah, I didn't like do a whole teaching on it. I just thought, well, I've written this guided meditation. I'll try and read it and see what you think.
Well, I think it's interesting that I'm wearing the shirt and we talked about being kind and that tied into
Oh no, well, that's why I did that because that was our
Mhm.
discussion. So I thought, well,
good.
I've written this. I'll shift. I'll change gears, and yeah.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
that was not like a by chance. I was just like, well, I have this. I've written it. I just haven't recorded it yet, so I'll just share it. And hopefully that was a good enough draft. I don't know if it was a final draft or not, but I knew I had a bunch of it written. So
Well, I think it's timely. Maybe that's why the shirt came to me tonight.
yeah, right.
There
Yeah.
you go. There you go.
My friend and I both thought of calling each other at the same time last night. So I called her
Really.
and she said, "Wait, what?" And the phone hardly rang.
Nice.
Uh,
That's so
I
cool.
just thinking of calling you. We were on the same wavelength. So it's
Yeah, I feel like that used to happen back when we didn't have digital phones every once in a long while.
yeah,
Like both people would pick it up and like, wait, did I already dial? Like I was calling, like something like that.
I
I
do
feel like
remember,
that happened a couple of times,
yeah.
but it's cool to think that it could still happen digitally somehow, I don't know.
We've
That's
both
pretty awesome.
been making a big effort to stay off social media.
Hmm.
So we may have gotten back to that. The need for connection, I guess.
Yeah, right.
I'm not connecting on Facebook, then I have to connect some other way.
Well, I like that. That's really good.
Yeah, very good.
Well, thank you both very much.
Thank
It
you.
was thanks to the t-shirt, and I think Darcy commented on it, and then we had a discussion, then we, led it into, so that was pretty cool. Yeah, if you want to hear it again, somebody remind me. I'll make an effort to record it so you can review it, and if I do that, I'll post the text so you can read that too.
Yeah,
But
I, Steve doesn't promote himself very often, but I would like to comment that the Substack audios of Steve's guided meditations are amazing
Oh,
because the sound is
thank
really
you.
good on that platform, and he's adding like background sound, which is just minor. That's not really what makes it, but it's just Steve, it's also, I don't know what the difference is from other ones, but it's just really working and they're very good.
I'm
Very,
so glad to hear that. Yeah.
I shared the one of the owl's gaze with Jamie because I
Oh
really
yeah.
like that one will engage him in it.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, I did. A lot of them I'm doing a long version and then a short version. So I do like a
Mm.
short one on Swellcast and then a long one. So I think
Uh,
the owl one I did too. So they're not exactly identical, but they're thematically the same and chunks are the same. So that way, if you just have a short time, do the short one.
mm,
And I did a
right.
Substack one yesterday. I've been writing for like 3 months and I finally took like whatever it was, 40 minutes to record it. And I'm glad like that one's done. But
good.
in the middle of writing it, I thought of like 20 more. So like
Nice.
I don't have one less to do. I have 19 more to do. Like it just that's just how it goes. But anyway, I'll if you want to see the same one, just somebody nudge me and I'll try and move it up the list and record it. But at least we got to do it together. That was pretty cool for me.
One more comment when you're talking about the 20-minute one and the 7-minute or whatever. That is such a benefit to the consumer of the shared podcast because I sometimes I just want 7 minutes. I just want 15 minutes. I just want to stop. And I don't want to stop in the middle of a long one, so I can't pick a long one. Anyway,
Right, right. Yeah, yeah.
wanted to give you that feedback.
No, that's good. There's a whole series I'm doing that are gonna be the same theme at different numbers of minutes. So
Good.
here's what I'm working on, but I have 4 minutes. That's the one I'll do.
Yeah.
And then they'll pretty much just start as soon as it starts, not a bunch of ado. So, I'm working on that and I'm tagging them on the as minute, as if you look for the tag minute, because there'll be a different number of minutes, but if I use the tag minute, the 7-minute one, the 4-minute one, the 3-minute one will all go that way. I hope,
Right.
I think, I don't know. But I'm trying. But yeah, I appreciate the feedback. Hopefully I'll just be able to keep doing them. It's my
Yeah.
plan
Yeah.
is if I write a bunch of them, even if I'm in the hospital, I can still record them. Like I can still work because the writing's done. So that's the thinking. So,
Are you
something
planning
I
on
can do lying down and like, all right, here we go.
are you planning on being in the hospital? Is there
Yeah.
something coming up?
No, I'm not planning on it, but my cancer might be planning on it. So,
Yeah.
I it doesn't loop me in on the plan. So I'm preparing for it if it happens. That's all.
Poor
But
communication. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Poor communication. Another problem I have with cancer is that
Yeah,
it's a poor
right.
communicator.
Yeah.
That's so great. Yeah. It's like eating the salad, but not with the salad fork. It's just the worst thing about cancer. All right. Well, thank you. I'm glad we got to see your backyard a little bit and like
Yeah.
your nature quiet. I feel like that you have a hill back there that your kid could fall down with the raspberries and break their arm or something.
Yes, we have to watch out for that. That did happen.
Yes. Well, thank you both very much. Good
Thank
work
you,
on your
Steve.
Tai Chi too today, Darcy. That was really good. A lot we covered.
Good to see you, Darcy.
All right. Bye
Good to see
bye.
you. Thank
Bye.
you.